So, with a couple of exceptions, Mr. Trump right now is trailing in all the battleground states. He's plummeted with white college-educated voters, which is an especially important group for Republicans to win, especially with women white college-educated voters. He was supposed to give a big speech on Saturday at Gettysburg talking about his first 100 days as president, but his message was lost to some because he started with this 15-minute rant against the media and his accusers, saying that they're liars. He's going to sue them all. Did you know that that beginning part against the media and his accusers was going to be the start of the speech?
Well, I was there at the speech yesterday in Gettysburg, Jake, and I think the most important part of the speech is what you said, which is the 9-point plan, his promise to the American voters. I worked on the original contract with America with Newt Gingrich, and I'll tell you it's very similar in this regard. It's specific, it's solution-centric, and it is new. And what would be new if people covered it fairly? It's right in there how he's going to create 25 million jobs. The elder care and child care tax credit that benefits all Americans is in there. That should be of great interest to those white college-educated women that you were talking about, and frankly to all Americans. He also talked about educational opportunities, expanding vocational and technical educational opportunities. Not all of us go to 2- and 4-year colleges, but we should have those opportunities to support ourselves by burnishing skill sets when we're in high school or trade school. And it went on and on to talk about securing the border, some of his signature issues. But what was also new yesterday, Jake, as in his Gettysburg speech, is really taking the case to his new tagline, draining the swamp in Washington. How this lifetime ban on lobbying, if you've worked in his White House, you can't lobby for foreign nations. That's sort of the big ethical shower we're all going to need to take post Hillary Clinton's State Department.
So I want to talk about draining the swamp in a second, but just to underline the point, the difference between the contract for America that you worked on in Mr. Trump's speech yesterday is that Speaker Gingrich wouldn't come out and spend 15 minutes railing against people accusing him of misdeeds, railing against the media. He would just go in and start talking about the issues that matter to the American people. So I just wonder, did you know he was going to start with this list of grievances that might undercut the message?
Well, he delivers his own speeches. This is his candidacy. He's the guy who's running for the White House, and he has the privilege to say what he wants. At the same time, I will tell you, having worked on the messaging in and around the actual contract with America 20-some years ago, Jake, there was plenty of talk then about how we as Republicans could not get a fair shake from the media. And I think, look, I agree with you. I saw you quoted somewhere saying it was, quote, horrifying that someone at CNN had shared a question with Hillary Clinton in a competitive town hall against Bernie Sanders. I agree with you, Jake Tapper. It is horrifying. Also horrifying is having a print reporter telling John Podesta, I'm, quote, a hack now. So here, have the privilege of editorial latitude on what I'm about to publish. Is there anything here that bothers you? This is not journalism. This is, at its best, cozy relationships, collaboration, all the way to collusion. So, you know, we feel very frustrated. It's not all members of the media. It's not even most members of the media. But look at the stories that are being written now. The path to 270 is narrow. The path to 270 is over. That's so unfair to the voters who are yet to go to the ballot box and exercise their constitutional right to tell us who should be president of the United States and commander-in-chief. Let's let the voters tell us who they want to be president and not have all these people who don't share their economic woes, who don't share their lack of health insurance, who don't share their lack of failing schools, who don't share their white-knuckle decisions at the end of each month whether to afford the rent or maybe a nice birthday party for a 6-year-old kid. I mean, let's give the voters their chance to express their will and not tell them now the race is over.
I'm not saying the race is over, but just to underline one point, nobody at CNN shared questions with the Clinton campaign. That's a separate issue, but I don't want to talk about that right now.